So Gus says we should talk about how do you think the injuries will affect Alabama in the playoffs? And I assume primarily talking about Mechie. So as you mentioned, an ACL tear. Does that change the dynamic at all, or do you think? Because you know the team better than I. Well, does it look good for someone to step up?
Someone's going to have to step up, right? But you have to think about it in terms of when we were in the Iron Bowl this year, we lost Jameson. He, had a targeting call, and he was the other. I mean, he's that sort of counterpart to Mechie, and he was out, and we had to step up, and people had to come in, and they had to make plays, and obviously we had to start getting, running backs more involved because we just haven't been able to get that run game going like we normally do. It's 100% a concern. However, I will say I'm not as freaked out about it because if you remember last year, Jalen Waddle out early in the season. The guy who stepped up and stepped in his spot was Devontae Smith.
Heisman winner.
Yep, Heisman winner. Starting in the NFL right now. So I'm okay. I know that for us, there's someone that's sitting on the bench that wants to step up and wants to take that spot and wants to start getting receptions. And what better stage to do that on than in a playoff game? Right. But it definitely will affect us. We gotta adjust.
Yeah, and like you said, it will affect, but you never can say, oh well, that's gonna put them down and out, because look at Robinson this past week,
right?
Playing on one leg, and they still managed to get stuff. Now he didn't have a tremendous performance like we're used to seeing from him, but he had some good runs. They did what they needed to do. I think they were able to run the ball enough to where it kept Georgia off balance as well. So, even when guys are playing hurt, sometimes you can't rule it out. So I think they'll probably be okay. And like you said, people will step up. It's always that mentality. It's been that mentality for years now, is the next person up.
Well, and it's tough too. You can watch so much film on Mechie. It's out there. You can watch it. But the guy sitting on the bench that's about to practice for this playoff game, you have no idea who he is and what he's like. It's just like, I don't remember who I was telling a couple of days ago, but when you have in baseball a starting pitcher and you know the rotation, you know who's going to come up. The Braves did it in the World Series. They started a guy that his first career, MLB, not minor league, but like MLB start was in the World Series because they didn't want anyone to know what he was like. They wanted to throw off the rotation, and you can practice and watch film and prepare for a player and for your matchup. And then when you get there and it's not that guy, you have to adjust on the fly. So it definitely creates some issues for the other team as well. I would never want someone to be hurt and have to put someone else in, but there are advantages to starting someone that another team is not used to seeing.
Right.